In this video, we will see how to deploy JasperReports Server on Kubernetes cluster with external database. Our agenda is deploying JasperReports Server on Kubernetes cluster with external DP which is already loaded. To do this, we need two images, which is Jasper Server Buildomatic and Jasper Server Web App. So I hope you have already built the images. If not, please check the video creating Docker images for JasperReports Server, in which we demonstrate various methods for building the images. In that video, there is a session called Creating Images Using Docker Compose with an External DB, where we described in detail how to create these images. Let's see the demo. This is my JS Docker repository. Navigate to Jaspersoft containers. Go to Kubernetes JRS. Here you can see the README. It contains all the steps for the deployment. Before creating the images, you need to update DB host value, which is under Docker JRS resources default properties, default master properties. Here, Jaspersoft containers, Docker JRS resources default properties. This is my default master properties file. Here you need to update the DB host value. This is my repository endpoint, which is hosted on AWS and serves as external database. As I mentioned earlier, please go through the Creating Docker Images for JasperReports Server video for more information. I have already created these images. You can check these images using Docker Images command. These are the images which I have created for this deployment. After creating the images, we need to push the images into the repository. In my case, I am using Kubernetes cluster which is hosted in AWS. So I am pushing my images to ECR. To do this, I need to create the repository first. Now I am creating ECR repository. Click on Create Repository. Here we need to provide ECR repository name. I am giving pvext as my repository name. And then click on Create Repository. Here you can see the repository has been created. Now go to the repository. Here you can see no images. Now we need to push the images into the repository. For that, click on View Push Commands. Here you can see the commands for connecting to the ECR repository as well as tagging and pushing the images into the repository. First, copy this command to connect to your ECR repository. I'm running this command to connect to the ECR repository. Now the login is succeed. Now we need to tag and push the image into the ECR repository. This is the command to tag your image. Copy this command. Here I'm giving web app as tag name and my image name is Jasper Server Web App. So here I updated the image name and the tag. This is the command to push the image into the ECR repository. Copy this command. In this scenario, we have already loaded the DB, so no need to push Buildomatic image. We need to push only web app image into the repository. Now the image has been pushed into the repository. Let's check in the ECR. Here we can see the web app image in the repository. Now I will hand it over to Swagat. He will continue from here. Swagat, over to you.
Thanks, Bindu. So now we have our images pushed into ECR. So what we need to do is we need to update values.yaml file, and it is under the path Jaspersoft container Kubernetes JRS help. So under Kubernetes JRS help, there is a file values.yaml. So we need to update the image tag and image name. So we have already updated the image tag and image name. Also, we need to set buildomatic as false because our DB is already loaded. So after updating the values.yaml file, we need to add the license file into this location. So in KTS, JRS, helm, secrets in license folder. So we have already placed jasperserver.license file. Now we need to place the same keys that we have used while loading the DB under the folders Jaspersoft containers, KTS, JRS, helm, secrets, key store. So under the key store folder, we have already placed the keys which we have used while loading the DB. After placing the keys into the key store path, we need to add chart repository dependencies under this path, Jaspersoft containers, KTS. We have added chart repository dependencies. Now we need to update the JRS helm dependencies using this command. JRS helm dependencies are updated now. After that, we need to install JRS using this command. So now Jasper Report Server is installed successfully. To get Jasper Report Server application URL, we need to run this command. So we get the URL for Jasper Report Server application. We need to copy this URL. So now our Jasper Report Server is up and running. Here we can see the product version as 9.0.0. So we can see these are the containers which are running after the successful deployment of KTS. So this is how we can deploy Jasper Report Server on KTS using external DB. Thank you.